What's up, guys? This is TS Football Broadcast. I am not dead. I am back. It's been a rough year from a football standpoint. Yeah. Bernie Kosar are still sitting up there. So yeah, not much has changed. All right, let's get into some of the news that I've seen on Twitter this morning. Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff are reportedly staying with the Falcons in 2020. First, let's talk about Dan Quinn. 3-2 in the playoffs, 42-37 in the regular season. First year, 8-8, but he started 5-0 and blew it. Second year, 11-5, 28-3 happened. Year after that, 10-6, third in division, got beat by Big Dick Nick in the divisional round. Year after that, 7-9, injuries to everyone. I think it was didn't there was 7 or 8 people for significant time, so gotta give him a pass there. So far this year, 6-9, he went 1-7, and then the team rallied around him. He should be around in 2020. I think there are concerns with Dan Quinn. I think there's a certain ceiling with him, but I think you gotta keep Dan Quinn around. He has a winning record in the playoffs. Despite the last 2 years not going well at all and having dumpster fire luck, they're still mediocre. 7-9, I don't know. I guess that's mediocre. So they're maintaining mediocrity despite the fact that stuff is blowing up in their face left, right, and center the last 2 years. And I think the team rallying around him, that's why you keep him. If the team didn't rally and it was just kind of like what we saw the first 8 weeks of the season, then yeah, there's a little bit of a better argument to fire him. But given that the team has rallied the way they did, yeah, I would definitely say keep him around for at least 2020. After that, it depends. I'd say playoffs or bust at least, if not more. Now let's get into our GM, Thomas Dimitroff. He's been there since 2008. So, yeah, he drafted Matt Ryan. He's a 2008-2010 Executive of the Year. But you guys might be saying, that was 10 years ago or more. Fuck, I'm getting old. That it was 10 years ago. He had the same quarterback since he got there. So you got to give him credit. He drafted the right guy. Now, here is why I don't think he should be fired. Do you remember the 2000-15 dumpster fire years? They went 4-12, 6-10. I think that Dan Quinn's first year was 8-8, and that was 2015. Do you remember those years? Yeah, those were pretty bad. Now, you might be saying he should have been fired during that, which, hindsight 2020, good thing they didn't. They got a couple more good years. But I might be saying, now's the time. They're heading back into the slide like they did in those years. Now, I politely would like to disagree with anyone who would fire Thomas Dimitroff. For this simple reason. This dude drafts freaking good. I'm not going to include this year's draft because it's too soon. I will include last year's, though, like Calvin Ridley's class. Calvin Ridley allowed them to trade Mohamed Sanu, and yeah, that's worked out actually pretty good for them, and I think if they use their draft picks efficiently, it'll end up being really good for them. The year before that, let's see, who'd they draft? Takk McKinley, DeMonte KZ, and Keanu Neal. Oh wait, never mind. Keanu Neal was not that draft, guys. It was just Takk McKinley and DeMonte KZ. So Takk McKinley, he's pretty damn good. Maybe top. He's not god tier like Aaron Donald, but he's damn good at his job. So I'd say that's a pretty good pick. And then DeMonte KZ, 2018 interception co-leader. That's all I need to say. Year before that, he drafts Keanu Neal. Now, before he was injured the last 2 years, he was a solid safety. I wouldn't say he was spectacular, but he got the job done. Next round in that same class, he got Deion Jones, 2017 Pro Bowler, still can tackle. He's had multiple years of multiple picks. He's a pretty solid starting caliber linebacker. Do I think he got overhyped a little bit? Yeah. And then in the third round of that draft, they got Austin Hooper. Now, some of you might not know who Austin Hooper is, but Austin Hooper is another reason they're able to move on from Mohamed Sanu. Because Austin Hooper is a really good tight end. I don't know if I'd rank him. I don't know where I'd rank him in the league, but he's pretty good. He's got like 750 yards. He's got like 5 touchdowns, I think. The 750 is pretty right. I can't remember if the touchdowns are 5 or not, though. I think they were 5. But yeah, he's pretty good at being a tight end. He's efficient. And him, Calvin Ridley, and Julio Jones make a damn fine trio. Oh yeah, did I mention he drafted Julio Jones? Yeah, so anyone doubting him, look at the draft history. He's drafted some good freaking players. Now, I'm just tacking this on because I saw it. I don't know if this is going to happen, but I feel like it needs to be referenced. It needs to be talked about. And that is Antonio Brown possibly going to the Saints. This would be amazing and terrible at the exact same time. I think if AB doesn't ruin the locker room, it makes them Super Bowl favorites. Because it'd be too much at that point. I mean, you got 2 top 5 receivers in the league. One rested up, one all-time best season in terms of receptions for a receiver ever. I mean, yeah, you might have problems guarding that. I mean, you can't. I guess you could. No. Yeah, I mean, you'd try doubling both of them maybe. I don't know how you do that because you'd have Antonio Brown, you'd have Mike Thomas, and then you'd have Alvin Kamara hopping out the backfield. It'd be a passing game nightmare. And that's not mentioning Jared Cook. So you add all that together. If he can keep his shit together, it would be pretty hard for them to lose in a shootout, for example. Like, if they're in a shootout, you got those two. I mean, you're done. I mean, Drew Brees, rested, ready to go. Antonio Brown, rested, ready to go. Michael Thomas. Yeah. And then Jared Cook on top of that. And Alvin Kamara. You're going to have issues. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day, and goodbye.